Let me tell you what the biblical definition for contentment. Lord have mercy. Contentment is an internal satisfaction, watch this, which does not demand changes in external circumstances. Lord have mercy. You didn't catch that. It's an internal satisfaction which does not demand changes in external circumstances. Oh, contentment, not complacency. Contentment means an internal satisfaction that does not demand external changes in external circumstances. In other words, I don't need God to change the thing in order for me to be content. If you're looking for God to change something in order for you to be at peace, then you don't know contentment. It's this internal satisfaction that does not demand changes to external circumstances. Which means when God starts to take me through the methods that he does not necessarily agree with, that my perceptions think is not God, God looks for an internal satisfaction in me. Okay, y'all quiet. Y'all quiet. And let me tell you something about contentment. You can't read a book to become it. No. Paul said, I've learned. It's not complacency. I learned. In other words, if you're looking for God to change it so you feel better, you miss God. You're not hearing what I'm saying to you. Wow. Contentment is the lube that causes me to go through this death process. Not as grievous. Real quick. Let me show you this. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Watch this. We done. 1 Kings. We done. I did all that to get to this. This is what I stayed up for last night. Let's get to 1 Kings 19. Because there's some things God showed me last night I never saw. Never saw. This is what I'm going to get to. We done. Lord have mercy. Grab somebody and say, are you content? See, this is the battle that goes within the soul. If there's a battle going within the soul, trust me, the image job is to make you feel discontented. Because discontentment brings on the mental frustration. Hey, listen to this. God loves for them to say this. Hey, angels, you see them? Nothing changed in their circumstance, and they got composure. I've been watching them. Guess what? They are satisfied even though their life tore up. Lord have mercy. They are satisfied inwardly even though I'm allowing things that personally I don't agree with. But while they are satisfied, they yet holding on because they know that's not how it's going to end. Oh, you're not hearing what I'm saying to me? So they have faith coming out of them. It ain't somebody say, I'm content, and you complacent and it ain't changing. No. It's this attitude that I'm going through all this, but I have an expectation. Wow. This is what I want to get to. Man, I can't read all this, but this is what I want to get to. Y'all know the story. I mean, majority of everybody knows the story. Elijah has just performed a marvelous miracle. Right? Fire came down. 450 prophets got exposed to kill them. Rain came down. The drought was over. That signified a curse that God judging. Elijah went and ran ahead of Ahab. Right? And what happens is they get to a certain place in 1 Kings 19 that Ahab went and told Jezebel all that Elijah had done and how he executed all the prophets with the sword. And then Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah saying, so let the gods do to me, and more also, if I don't make your life as the life of one of them by tomorrow, about this time. Underline this in your Bible, and I've never seen this before. And when he saw that, Lord have mercy. When he saw that, See, some translation says, and when he was afraid. That's not the original Hebrew. The original Hebrew is when he saw. When he saw that, he arose and ran for his life and went to Bathsheba. Watch this. I've never seen this before. Overlook this. Which belongs to Judah, and left his servant there. Stop. Stop. This is a classic case of when perception tries to override God's perspective. Hear me when I tell you. Watch this. Watch this. Hear me. If Elijah failed, only 2 people ever escaped this world without death. Enoch and Elijah. I know if Elijah failed, we got to check ourselves. Watch what happens. And naturally. God works a great miracle. He's hoping the people are going to return back to God. He sits there and, watch this, and Ahab, Jezebel, sends him a messenger and says, by this time tomorrow, your life going to be like the prophets you killed. And when he saw that, what did he see? Because this is the beginning how Satan used us in our perception. What did he see? Lord have mercy. Come on, Bible readers. What did he see? Since y'all want to be a good class today. Okay. He saw that things didn't change. Because when God moved like that and bring rain, did he expect for the nation to turn? They didn't. The downfall that started Elijah's downfall in turn was that he had an expectation that was not met. Watch this. Watch this. Because after God moves like that, I expect change. We will too. And it's like nothing ever happened with God moving because she wants to kill him. Watch this though. Say ploy. It's what happens when we are in the scheme of the enemy, when he knows we are led by our perception. Watch what I tell you. Paul makes this statement over in 2 Corinthians, and he says, lest Satan should take advantage of you, for we're not ignorant concerning his devices. Right? The word devices is not the Greek word for wiles. In Ephesians chapter 6, it talks about the wiles of Satan, schemes, methods, plots. The word devices has nothing to do with scheme. The word devices, Paul says, lest Satan will take advantage of us, which means he gets more than what he should. The word take advantage is a Greek word which means he takes up more than he should. For we're not ignorant concerning his devices. The word devices come from a Greek word called neoma. Watch this. Neoma means mental perceptions. Y'all not hear what Paul's saying. Paul says, we're not Satan will take advantage of you if you're not aware of the mental game he plays. You know hear what he's saying? He says he gonna grab more room than he should in our life if we don't understand the mental game that's played. He is looking to take you hostage mentally. He's making sure that he can hold you captive by mental perceptions. Prophetically, let me tell you something real quick. You already know when Satan is already scheming after you or plotting after you, but you don't really understand that. But God sometimes will communicate to you that in your sleep. And sometimes, majority of the time, I found out personally, when Satan is scheming after you, you'll start to have a lot of dreams that people are shooting at you. You'll start to have a lot of dreams or you being kidnapped. You'll start having dreams. I'm not hearing what I'm saying to you, because it's God's way of telling you that your life now is under a plot. See, y'all not understand that. So when you've been held against your will and you can't feel like you're fighting in a dream, there's a plot going. Amen. There's a scheme being played when bullets are firing at you, when somebody got a gun. Schemes. Amen. Now, I'm not talking about if you're out there in the street and you got a real gun, and somebody shoot at you, you better get your life saved. Yeah. Now, that ain't symbolic. You better get your life saved, boy. Hey, you better get your life saved. And you got them pair of Jordans in the closet? I'll leave y'all alone. You better get your life saved. I'm talking about all of a sudden what you think is strange. Hold up. I was in this building. They took me houses and they had a gun. They were shooting at me and I was dodging it. Scheme. Because we don't understand in dreams that bullets represent words. And the different gun represent how powerful other words are. I'll leave y'all alone. But God shows you. We just don't understand it. Paul says he gonna take more advantage of you if you don't understand the mental perception game. Why you say that, Pastor? Stay with me. Stay with me. We're talking about Elijah, who stood against all these false prophets. Watch this. Stay with me. Y'all blessed? Oh, watch this. Watch this. Watch the mental game. Watch the mental game. She sent a messenger. Said, by this time tomorrow, we're going to kill you. Right? Real quick. That was the game. Right there. You missed it. That was the game. You missed it. You missed it. Okay. If you want to kill me, you don't send a messenger. You missed it. You just do it. So she sends the game. Y'all got to hear now, God. She knows she can't kill him, but she has to get, y'all not with me today. No. I have to make you feel, see, I know I can't kill you. I got to let you think I can. Watch this. Let's go deeper. She understands that I got to get Elijah to default what God did the day before. See, the game, watch this. Elijah is really a thorn. And I can't work my scheme if Elijah's around. My objective is not to kill you. My objective is that you leave. Why? Because if you leave, watch this, you indirectly mess up what God did. Why? Because Jezebel could go back the next day and say, you see your people, you see your prophet, he ran. Right. He indirectly reinforced her strength. Okay, y'all okay. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying? Which makes it seem like, why should I serve God and the one who God used ran? Okay, y'all not hearing what I'm saying? Why should I believe your truth and the truth didn't change you? It's the game that's played. Why do you want me to be saved by a truth that caused you to run? Wow. See, we won't say how the games are there. I know I can't kill you, but I'm going to get you to violate what God did. Yeah, because you was bragging how much the truth was changing you, but it caused you to run. So I indirectly got you to violate everything that you were trying to tell others before. It's the game. Let's go deeper. Y'all with me? Now, his expectation was not met. which now causes him to go to isolation. Because now he runs 80 miles to Beersheba. And when you're in isolation, you're not thinking about the person who's with you. No, you're not. He leaves his servant. So expectation not being met, move him to isolation. Watch what happens. When he's in isolation, he now moves to seclusion. Because now he wants to find a tree and just sit on a tree and die. Lord have mercy. Wow. Wow. What's the process? See, this the role Satan has me down. Once my expectation I meet, then I move to isolation, then I move to seclusion. Yes, you do. Yes. But it gets worse than that. Watch this. When he is feeling the worst, heaven feeds him. Boy, you're not hearing God. Read the book. When he's... Let me speak prophetic to somebody here. Watch this. You going through something right now that vitamins can't fix. You going through something right now, watch this, that more sleep can't cure. It's called spiritual fatigue that takes you over physically, that works through you mentally. Because a ploy of the enemy is to make you so spiritually fatigued that it affects you physically, therefore it affects you mentally. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And when you are spiritually fatigued, you can't rest even though you sleep. And you're tired. And when you're tired, you're constantly moody. You can't think things clear because he has you in this cycle. Somebody to get free today. It's just the idea. And watch this. When you are experiencing that type of fatigue, you now move into a depression, a discouragement. And when you are like that, you think the answer is for you to have a change. Because he's asking God to take his life, like his life will get better. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. He experienced in this fatigue. He's discouraged. Elijah now, I already know we hit. Elijah, discouraged. Take my life. I'm no better than my father's. Extreme discouragement that produces something in him that he just want to change or not just take his life. But watch what happens. Watch what happens. He is so discouraged through his perception, because it started off when he saw that. And it all started off with your eyes. When he saw that, led him to a place that he couldn't appreciate God feeding him at his lowest point of his life. Listen to what I'm telling you, church. When he was told to leave, chapters before, and was obedient, the ravens fed him. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying? The ravens fed him. When he left without God's permission, he's so discouraged, heaven feeds him. But he still, watch this, and when you are physically fatigued and discouraged spiritually, God will feed you, but all you want to do is sleep. He feeds him, then he goes back to sleep. He feeds him, then he goes, that's all you want to do. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. He feeds him. He feeds him. Watch this. Then he gets up and take off running. Stay with me now. Expectation moves him to isolation. Isolation moves him to seclusion. Seclusion leads him to depression. Now, watch this. Depression is about to move him to a place that he's familiar with. It's the process. Now he runs 200 miles out the way to Mount Orb, which is called the mountain of God, which is the same mountain that God met Moses on. So because he's so depressed and discontented, he's hoping he can find some type of contentment by going back to a familiar place. Y'all missing God. So he's trying to go back to a familiar place to find contentment. But in the place of familiar, he finds God's correction. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying to you. He's trying to find his contentment. He's trying to find how to overcome this fatigue and what he sees and what goes on. And he goes back to a familiar place. And when he get there, God said, what you doing here? Lord have mercy. What you doing here? You out of order. You out of place. What you doing here? Why would you think I'm bringing you back to a mountain that I no longer exist in? This is the interesting thing. That God speaks in a former location, but does not approve of the location that he's speaking at. Lord have mercy. Y'all not hear God today. He takes him back to a former location, but then he starts to speak to him, and he speaks to him, let him know that I don't even approve the location that you're in. But I'm going to speak to you because it's been going on too long. This has been going on too long in you. I'm about to speak to you. He runs 200 miles without God saying a word till he get there. What you doing here? Here's what I say to you. God said, what you're doing here, Elijah, but ain't what he really meant. I'm going to show you why. Because when you are led by your perception, we have a tendency to try to run back to that which is familiar. Watch what happens. And when you're led by your perception, you interpret what God say wrong. You find somebody who really spiritually discouraged, if they allow you to hear their conversation long enough, you start looking up, you sound crazy. You ain't making no sense. But usually when you're like that, you don't talk too much. But if somebody talks to you, like, do I need a recorder? Do you hear what? Because they all over the place because they mind. It's actually a ploy of the enemy. God said, what you doing here? What's Elijah's reply? Let's go back. I've been very zealous for the Lord, God of hosts. For the children of Israel have forsaken your covenant, tore down your altars, and killed your prophets with the sword. I'm alone, I'm left, and they said to take my life. God's going to correct something. God don't even reply to what he said. God said, go out. I ain't going to even answer you. You really talking really crazy. Go ahead, go out. I'm going to teach you something. I ain't even reply to your conversation you just said. And you know when you're in your perception, your feelings, you actually think you're talking right. You talking strong. God, you talking strong. And God said, get out of here. Get out. Stand on the mountain before the Lord. And behold, the Bible said, and the Lord passed through a great and strong wind and torn the mountains and broken the rocks, right, in pieces before the Lord. And watch what happens. But the Lord was not in the wind. After the wind, an earthquake, but the Lord. Watch the next one. Watch this. And after the earthquake, a fire. But the Lord wasn't. Not in the fire. And after the fire was a still small voice. Watch the verse, next verse. It says, so it was when Elijah heard it that he wrapped his face in his mountain and went out and stood in the entrance of the cave, and suddenly a voice came to him and said, what are you doing here? Elijah, stop. God lists wind, earthquake, and fire because those were all the three ways that God showed up to Moses. The people knew when they saw that God was communicating with Moses. He did that to Elijah, but I'm not in him. No. Elijah, you so caught up in what you see, and I'm teaching you how to function by what you hear. You want to see something great, and I'm trying to teach you through something simple. We want to see something magnificent. And God said, what I'm doing in your life this season is simple.
The following message was preached by Pastor Tavares Robinson at Sound the Trumpet Ministries of Miami. If you would like to order this message in its entirety, please contact soundthetrumpetmedia@gmail.com.